Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Root Beer here, looking at question 21, the first question in Part C on our Grade 7 2019 Gauss paper. Kathy owns more cats than Alice, and more dogs than Bruce. Alice owns more dogs than Kathy, and fewer cats than Bruce. Which of the following statements must be true? So we've got a lot of statements. Bruce owns the fewest cats. Alice owns the most dogs. Kathy owns the most cats. Those sorts of things. So they've given us some comparative information. I don't know exactly how many cats Kathy has or how many dogs Bruce has, but we can solve the question without knowing the actual amounts because we can compare them. And the way I handle these questions, and you'll get questions like this, or you get questions like James is taller than Ian, but shorter than Brent, and Brent is taller than Carol, but shorter than Raphael. You get these sorts of questions, and I find the best way to handle them is to draw sort of a little, kind of like a tree diagram, or so. We're gonna have two of them because we're talking about cats and dogs. So we'll have a cat diagram and we'll have a dog diagram. Okay? And then, once we've drawn these diagrams, we will take the individual statements and assess them for whether or not they're true. So Kathy has more cats than Alice, so what I'm going to do is we're going to do the higher up, the more you have. So Kathy has more cats than Alice. Okay? We're also told she has more dogs than Bruce. Okay, so Kathy higher up than Bruce. Alice owns more dogs than Kathy. And fewer cats than Bruce. So both Kathy and Kathy and Bruce have more cats than Alice, but I can't say for certain, does Kathy have more than Bruce? Let's say Kathy here, Bruce here, but I can't directly compare these two. Whereas I can say, okay, Alice has more dogs than Kathy, and Kathy has more dogs than Bruce, therefore Alice has more dogs than Bruce. This is something called the transitive property, if you're curious about these sorts of things. So this is the information that is presented to me. Now, what would I look for these various statements? Suppose we've got statement A, Bruce owns the fewest cats. So if Bruce owned the fewest cats, he would be sort of further down than the others. And in fact, no, Alice has the fewest cats, not Bruce. Alice has less cats than Bruce. So I know statement A is out. What about statement B? Bruce owns the most cats. Well, while Bruce does own more cats than Alice, as I've already said, I can't really sort of compare him and Kathy, so I can't guarantee that statement either. Okay, so what about C or D or E? And we just keep going along. You know, if you read the statements and one of them really sticks out at you, you go for that one first. C, Kathy owns the most cats. Again, that's not going to work the same way we know Bruce doesn't necessarily have. Bruce might have the most cats, but we don't know that for certain based on the information. Similarly, we know Kathy has more cats than Alice, but we are not able to compare her cats to Bruce's. Okay, so A, B, and C are out. D, Alice owns the most dogs. Okay, Alice is at the top of the dog ladder. Alice owns more dogs than Kathy, who owns more dogs than Bruce. So D is definitely true. Okay, so I would probably just bubble in D and move on from there. But let's just take a look at E. Kathy owns the fewest dogs. Well, no, we can see Bruce owns fewer dogs, but we're nice and organized with our little pictures there. So you can see E is also out. D is the only possible answer. It's the only thing that we know is 100% true, because we cannot tell who has more cats, Kathy or Bruce. So that's it. We're just going to bubble in D and move right along to question number 22. I'll see you for that next time.